Hi everyone, welcome back to GrantMe. Today we're here with Emma, who is our GrantMe verified winner. We're gonna go through a little bit about her journey, her favorite tools, and some tips she may have. So firstly, Emma, you can introduce yourself to whoever's watching.
Okay, hi guys. I'm Emma. I'm from Ontario, a little town outside of Toronto. I'm in grade 12 this year, and I'm headed to Queen's next year for health sciences with the help of my GrantMe scholarship.
Perfect. And how much money did you win with GrantMe?
So I'm getting $48,000 at Queen's. I won a little bit over 10 grand at most of the schools I applied to in entrance awards, and then an additional 14,000 at Queen's, which was replaced by the major scholarship I won, the Commitment Scholars Award.
Perfect. Congratulations on all that success. And of course, the major scholarship is the one where you're going. And so let's talk a little about your scholarship journey. Winning all that money is not an easy task. It's just a lot of probably late nights and a lot of hand cramping with all the writing. And so I wanted to ask you, what was your biggest struggle when applying to scholarships?
Definitely time management and the motivation piece. I was lucky. I had a pretty easy time with school the first couple months, but I was not motivated to do anything. So I put it off until I was really, really busy with school to do all my applications. So it was hard to find the time to manage my schoolwork and my extracurriculars, and then also write my scholarship applications. That definitely got easier as time went on because, you get better at them, and I recycled a lot of mine. I just grabbed couple paragraphs from all of them, the Loran and TD, those ones are in all of my essays. So that part got easier, but that was definitely a challenge. And then the bigger one would have been motivation, staying motivated to keep applying, because I got lots of emails to, sorry, we had a lot of great applicants, et cetera, et cetera. I got a lot of those before I found out about the one I won. So I just, after the first few, I was like, this is not worth it. I am not gonna win. Why am I wasting my time? And that was a big thing that GrantMe actually helped me with, staying accountable. I didn't have an option. I was like, I need to apply. I'm in this program. They're gonna be mad at me if I don't. I better do it. But yeah, to keep applying was definitely challenging because I just didn't feel like there was any point to it, but it ended up paying off.
Yeah, it did. And, demotivation and all of that is completely normal. And kind of what we tell students when, they're feeling that way is that, with applying to scholarships, it gets easier, right? So the first scholarship essay you write, it's super unfamiliar and it's super kind of like, oh, what are they even looking for? What am I even getting out of my experiences? But then by the 10th or 15th one you write, you're a pro. You're like, okay, I know exactly what they're gonna write. You're reusing your other paragraphs, which is really helpful because that's exactly what we tell students to do is make a template of your best work and just kind of adjust that to every single scholarship you apply to. And then applying to that many scholarships doesn't seem as hard because it's the more work you do, the less work you end up doing. And so I'm wondering, how did you overcome that challenge? Did you have any tips? Was it support from your family? Anything like that?
Honestly, was GrantMe. I would have stopped. I would have been done after the first few. They were lots of work and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun work, especially when you hear back, no, that's a no-go.
Right.
But I a couple times I went back and read the modules from the very beginning on, scholarship tunnel vision, that kind of stuff on staying motivated. I read those a couple times to try and keep going. And when we weren't in crazy lockdowns, I would have a bit of social time. That always helped a little reset, but that wasn't so much of an option this year. My biggest thing was probably chunking my time between, like, I'd take a break from scholarship writing and do schoolwork, and like not English schoolwork. I'd do like my math, so that I could come
Right.
back fresh to writing. And yeah, and I mean, even when it was hard and I didn't want to do it, like I said, it was GrantMe. I was like, yeah, I don't really have an option. I have to do. I'm in this program. I'm paying to be in this program. And I've got all this great support. I can't, like, they're gonna be mad at me. I don't want to let them down. It was, you know, GrantMe kept me accountable. So even when I didn't want to do it for myself, I did it for that. And I guess in a way for my parents who helped pay for the program,
Right.
I felt bad if I didn't use it. So yeah.
No, that is a great motivator. Honestly, external factors are a great way. So I'm super glad that that worked out for you. I am curious about your time chunking. Now that's something that I hear a lot. That's something I use myself, as well as most of the GrantMe team. We all have, time chunks on our calendars, and it, helps us keep ourselves accountable, other people accountable. And it kind of is a very great productivity hack. So do you use a paper planner? Do you use an online calendar? Like, how much time is allotted? Okay, so it's a paper one.
Yeah, I really need to figure out how to use like Google calendars, but it's never been great for me. I like to have my little book, and I can flip through it, and like just jot down notes of what I need to do. I like to start with a general, like I usually just make a to-do list for my day. Like, if I have to work on this assignment, this application, and I always make sure to write down the deadlines. And then for the major ones, I also put in, GrantMe told me to, a couple weeks ahead, like start working on it. And then I usually put like a couple days later, actually start working on it, because I see it the first time, I'm like, nah. And then a couple days later, I'm like, okay, I really have to do that now. Yeah, so I like to do a general to-do list of my school assignments, tests, stuff like that I have to study for, and of course, working in my scholarship applications in my to-do list.
And so I wanted to ask, I know you've been talking a lot about, GrantMe support, and, that is actually really amazing. That's like kind of unlimited support is kind of like our motto with students. And so did you have a specific tool that kind of helps you with that? And I know we have like different features coming out all the time, but one that really motivated you and you were like, okay, I can get this done now.
Just on the new features coming out, that's an awesome thing about GrantMe. There's like constant improvements, especially like, and I know like I've like one time I mentioned something and I noticed the next week like there was something changed. Like that's awesome. I did use a couple times the essay wizard writing thing. Yeah. That was good when I was really just did not want to do anything. I would use that to get a good starting point, and grab a couple good words from that. But I think probably with everyone, my biggest, the thing I use most with GrantMe is the essay editing. Mm-hmm. That really takes off the pressure when I'm writing. I can get it all out there, get everything down that I need, not have to worry about the word count. And, if my language doesn't sound the best, I can just get it done, and then we'll work on it. And I don't have to, it's such a relief to get it done. And then I don't have to worry about editing it or figuring it out. I, get some pointers and go from there. So I feel like that's pretty basic, but honestly, my favorite thing is just like the essay editing option.
Yeah, definitely. Like we've kind of like really enhanced our editing experience, with first of all, the editing team, who have like a super great like satisfaction rate, as well as a turnaround time, and now it's like a day, a little less than a day.
Yes, so I loved when I first started. It was like it was a lot longer than that. Like I think it was like 5 to 7 days, and now within 24 hours I have it back. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And with that, the essay wizard, with, you said you were talking about the recommendations, like our inline recommendations, what's so cool about them is the fact that they're all taken from winning essays. So it's kind of being like recycled, and like the recommendations that you're being given, those are scholarships that have won actual money. So that combined with the essay editing and like the different templates we have as well in the essay wizard. I think we have like now over 80 templates. It's like, okay, you want a body paragraph, you want an introduction, a conclusion.
Yeah, and all for different subjects too, like different
Exactly.
things. Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm super glad that helped you, and I can really understand the relief of just getting everything out there, and then just sending it to a person who knows what they're doing. That's kind of what I when I used to edit essays, that's what I used to tell students is, don't worry about the word count now. There's 2 more edits on the way. We're gonna help you cut that down, and by the end, it's kind of a masterpiece, and that's what helps students win thousands of dollars. So I'm really glad that I helped you, and I'm really glad that you got like the actual motivational support as well with GrantMe.
Yeah, that was like the essay editing definitely helps with the motivation thing. Sorry, my family's being loud. Because I know I can get it done. I don't have to worry about it. So it seems like less of a daunting task to start it.
Perfect. Okay, so now that we've talked a little bit about your scholarship journey, let's talk a little bit about the future. Do you see yourself doing research? Do you see yourself, going to med school? No pressure, but grad school maybe. Is there anything that you've kind of set your sight on? You're like, okay, this is what's going to motivate me to complete my goals.
I've got 2 potential big goals. Like kind of different routes, but one is med school. That's been on my plate, like an idea for years. I've seen the impacts of inequitable access to healthcare. I'm very passionate about making sure everyone has equitable access. And my mom actually suffered a car accident when I was really little, so I've seen her grow up in chronic pain, and I'd love to be able to help people in similar situations as her. And then the other thing I really love would be looking at like research for it. This is really, it's oddly specific, but research in the healthcare field from with the ocean, because I love the ocean. I love coral, fish, all of that.
Honestly, that is something that I'm very much looking forward to in the next 5 to 10 years.
Maybe so.
Yeah, so my next question is, just to end off this interview, is if there's someone watching this, or there's someone looking into GrantMe and they're like, okay, I am starting to look into scholarships, I'm very confused, what do I apply for, what do I not apply for, should I join GrantMe? What is your one piece of advice to that very confused person?
Okay, apply for everything. I was not going to apply for the scholarship I won. I had been rejected from so many, and I didn't want to do it. Wow. Thankfully, I did. Apply for everything. And I mean, if there's someone looking at being part of GrantMe, I'm so thankful that I did in the long run. When I first joined and over the summer, it was like so anxiety inducing to me because I didn't want to think about this stuff. I honestly, at the start, I did regret my decision. I was like, I shouldn't be here. I'm not good enough. I made a really good group of friends with a lot of the other GrantMe students, and I'm like, they are so much better than me. What am I doing here? And I wasn't really taking advantage of everything, and I did regret my decision. But starting when I actually had to apply, thank God I had GrantMe. I would not have applied for the one I won. Like, the only reason I did it was because I'm like, GrantMe's gonna be mad if I don't. So, definitely, I would say GrantMe is an amazing tool.
No, that is a great point, because it paid off for you, and I think you're a great example of someone who kind of overcame their self-doubt, and it kind of worked out in the end. So thank you so much for interviewing me. We are so proud of you. We really are. We're proud of all of our students. And, I thought you would be a great addition to the GrantMe Verified Winner series that we have on here. And so thank you everyone for watching. Again, this is Emma, and I will see you guys all next time.